Well, folks, if you thought it was a bold move for Trump to pluck his favorite Fox and Friends host and place him as the Secretary of Defense of the United States, then you're going to be mind blown at what Donald Trump just decided to do, because we learned that Florida Representative Matt Gaetz will be the new United States Attorney General. The most powerful law enforcement officer in the entire country is now going to Matt Gaetz. Yes, the same exact Matt Gaetz from this article, Ethics Probe, and Matt Gaetz now reviewing allegations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use. I don't understand how Republicans can project like a massive spotlight, the biggest spotlight you've ever seen, without blinding themselves. Because think about it. Republicans always say that Democrats are groomers or pedophiles, or we elevate people into positions of power who have hurt little children and we use billionaires to do so. Meanwhile, Matt Gaetz has this much power when we have multiple articles, like even this one that reads, Gaetz subpoenaed by a woman he allegedly had sex with when she was a minor in defamation suit brought by friend. And this was this year. This was a few months back. In March of 2024, Florida Representative Matt Gaetz on Thursday was served a subpoena to sit for a deposition in a civil lawsuit that involves allegations he had sex with a 17-year-old girl. Now, these are just allegations, but they have been backed up by multiple friends, multiple people that were at this party. Even Matt Gaetz' ex-girlfriend said he was at this party, I believe. So it's absolutely insane to me that this man has so much power, but I guess it makes sense because he has no moral backbone at all, and that's why Trump chose him. Trump wrote, "It is my great honor to announce that Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida is hereby nominated to be the Attorney General of the United States. Matt is a deeply gifted and tenacious attorney trained at the William and Mary College of Law who has distinguished himself in Congress through his focus on achieving desperately needed reform at the DOJ. Few issues in America are more important than ending the partisan weaponization of our justice system. Matt will end the weaponized government, protect our borders, dismantle criminal organizations, and restore America's badly shattered faith and confidence in the Justice Department." On the House Judiciary Committee, which performs oversights of the DOJ, Matt played a key role in defeating the Russia hoax. He did not. Matt Gaetz was utterly ineffective, and he exposed alarming and systemic government corruption. This is going to lead America down a dark path. He then wrote, "Matt will root out the systemic corruption in the DOJ and return the department to its true mission of fighting crime and upholding our democracy and Constitution. We must have honesty, integrity, and transparency at the DOJ. Under Matt's leadership, all Americans will be proud of the Department of Justice once again." And this is scary because I'm pretty sure Trump's litmus test for will you be a good attorney general was number one, do you have a degree in law? And even that was probably negotiable. But number two, will you follow me down the darkest path possible? Will you do everything I tell you to do? No matter how far I go weaponizing our DOJ, will you do it all? And we know for a fact Matt Gaetz doesn't have the moral backbone to say no to any of this because he's been subpoenaed, he's been investigated, he has been accused by multiple people of sleeping with underage women not too long ago, and he tweeted out, "It will be an honor to serve as President Trump's Attorney General." Well, guess what? Nobody wants you. And to make you guys feel a little bit better, I want to show you some cool clips of Matt Gaetz getting trolled. This was him not long ago getting asked, "What's the youngest schoolgirl you've ever been with?"
Youngest schoolgirl you've ever been with, and have you been down to Lolita Express? I know that Donald Trump
can't handle the pressure at all. Here's friend of the show Walter Masterson trolling Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz 2-in-1.
Oh my God, I'm so excited! I'm so excited! I mean, everyone thinks you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy. People think you're a pedophile. I don't think you're a pedophile at all. I don't think he's a pedophile at all. The charges against him are totally false.
Matt Gaetz was freaking out right there. That is absolutely hilarious. Poor Walter Masterson will probably be the first person targeted after Matt Gaetz becomes the Attorney General. Obviously, that's a joke, but is it a joke? Because we are heading down a dark, dark path with somebody who is a pure Trump loyalist. So, just to zoom out for a second, we are in a position where on day one, Donald Trump is going to enact this Schedule F executive order, which allows him to hire and fire civil servants at his own will, not based on merit, not based on how skilled they are or their education, but solely based on how loyal they are to Donald Trump. After he replaces all of our institutions and all of our civil servants with straight up loyalists, he will then sign that executive order we talked about in an earlier video this morning, where generals will be fired. And then he will have his own little oversight board of loyalists that make sure every general working for him is a loyalist. We will also have Matt Gaetz working as the Attorney General. I'm sure he is going to drain the swamp, and by drain the swamp, I just mean he's going to fire people from the DOJ en masse and then replace them with loyalists. We could be in a position where all of our institutions are full of loyalists, and all we can rely on at that point are individuals, people at an individual level holding the line, people like you and I reporting the truth constantly, boosting the truth constantly. Like, honestly, I don't even know if Matt Gaetz is going to be able to pass confirmation in the Senate, and obviously the senators will be lockstep with Donald Trump. If he wants him to get passed, they will, but do you really want an attorney general that's currently being investigated for sex trafficking a 17-year-old girl? At the same time, we learned that Trump chose Tulsi Gabbard for the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, which is another absolute mess. Now, Tulsi Gabbard used to be a Democrat. She's now a Republican. She was loosely a Democrat. She's always been conspiracy-brained and populist, anti-establishment. Miss Gabbard, a former congresswoman who left the Democratic Party, would hold a top job in the administration overseeing 18 spy agencies. I am not over-exaggerating when I say this is a meme administration, a meme cabinet. Our country is turning into a meme, and it's like a fever dream at this point. And I want to apologize prematurely if while I'm making these videos, it ever seems like I'm being, if I'm just mind blown, or if I'm just like, holy shit. It's because I learned this news, I get together my stories, and even after I've scripted everything, when I'm just reading through it and reporting it sometimes, I genuinely do get mind blown. So if I'm ever sitting here like, I can't believe this, it's because I genuinely can't believe it. So, President-elect Donald Trump appointed Tulsi Gabbard as the Director of National Intelligence. Miss Gabbard, a lieutenant colonel in the Army Reserve who served in Iraq, has been a longtime critic of the foreign policy establishment. Her nomination is another sign that Donald Trump intends to give top foreign policy jobs to supporters who are deeply skeptical of the effectiveness of U.S. military intervention abroad and people who are deeply loyal to Donald Trump. Now, in a statement, Donald Trump praised Tulsi Gabbard, saying she would be a fearless spirit to the intelligence agencies and secure peace through strength, but they don't use that in the same way that Ronald Reagan used to use that. They mean it in an isolationist way. We're just going to stay out. We're going to be so strong that we're going to be our own country and put America first, but that's the type of thinking that got us Hitler invading all of Europe. The statement announcing the nomination said she was a former Democrat who joined the Republican Party because of Donald Trump's leadership and how he transformed the party. Not even true. She's just a grifter. Along with John Ratcliffe, Mr. Trump's choice to lead the CIA, she would be a top intelligence advisor to the White House. She would oversee 18 spy agencies and would be responsible for preparing the president's daily brief, a written intelligence summary assembled each morning. We're going to have such a crazy conspiracy theory pipeline that the person writing the reports is going to be a conspiracy theorist. The person giving the information to Tulsi Gabbard is going to be a conspiracy theorist. And then the president is going to be in his own little conspiracy bubble. Either way, welcome to the circus. If you guys